First time I met Cat, man, like I said, I was on the set of 2 Minutes of Fame, and I walked up to him. I said, Mr. Williams, I don't know if you know who I am. You know what I mean? But I'm Jay Pharaoh. I'm a big fan of yours. He said, excuse me, boo-boo. I know exactly who you are, Jay Pharaoh. You my favorite. Now come over here. We gonna have a conversation in this trick this evening.
Jay, okay, I'm so happy to be talking to you right now. How have you been?
I've been good. I'm happy to be talking to you too.
And we were just talking offline, Jay, and you were just saying during this quarantine, you now know your neighbors.
I know my neighbors now. It's really weird, because you don't normally talk to people.
Right.
You know?
Right.
They're like, hey, how you, what's up? What's going on?
What have you learned about yourself during this quarantine?
I've learned that I'm a real good barbecuer and a real good cook. I'm serious. I'm so happy. Bobby Flay would be so proud of me right now because I'm just whipping up a storm. I cooked meatloaf. I've never cooked meatloaf before. I did my own recipe. I put some clam chowder in it instead of mushroom soup, instead of the cream to get it all nice, because you got to take the meat in there, then you put the egg in there, then you put the mushroom soup in there, or something, some gravy, you stir it up, you put it in there, and you bake it. And turkey is way more healthy than the other one. So I cooked it. My grandmother would be happy because I asked her for the recipe a year and a half ago, and I remembered it, and I cooked it, and I made it, and it was eaten, and it was received very well. I give myself 5 stars on Yelp.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that. I was actually surprised that I didn't burn down my place. And so I'm getting through this. I want to talk to you about your impressions, and I was reading that you started them, at 6 years old? You started?
Yeah, my first impression, it was Gilbert Godfrey, Iago off of Aladdin. So it was Iago from Aladdin, then it was Forrest Gump, and then it was Sally Field, and then it was Ed, and Eddie, all of those characters. And then it was Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. And then it was Bernie Mac, and then it was Steve Irwin, Cat Williams, Bill Clinton, and the list just kept getting longer and longer and longer. Of my imaginary friends that I don't have. So now I'm sitting on a good 200 impressions. And what folks don't realize about impressions is the reason why they are funny and the reason why they do resonate with people is because it's a mirror of the truth. Impressions are reflections of the people. It's the trueness, it's the little nuances, it's everything.
Yes.
And folks who are good at doing impressions, like you got your Jim Carreys, Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx, another one.
Right.
Yes,
I didn't even think of that.
So Jamie Foxx basically went from In Living Color to In Living Oscars.
Facts.
He got an Oscar off of doing an impersonation of somebody else.
Right.
He did that because you got so lost in his character. You got so lost in Ray that you forgot that you were watching Jamie Foxx on that screen. And that's what a good impersonator. That's what a good impersonator. Impressions of the voice, okay, but impersonations are like you really become the person. But
yes,
that's why people that do impersonations/impressions, that's why they're so good at being able to transform and make you lose yourself, because they can pick that up.
You know, I've always wondered, while we enjoy it so much, are the people that you're impersonating enjoying it? Like Obama, for example. Have you had a chance to talk to him or anything after you impersonated him?
Well, that guy's pretty good. I think it's good. I think it's a good one. He does a real good job doing me. So I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna let him run the White House. I'm like, no, don't do that to me.
Too far. Who's been your favorite person to impersonate?
There's a few of them. I mean, every white person I do. John Mulaney, Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa, with the eyes, and he's always talking like this, and I'm Aquaman, and I'm really quite a good-looking guy, and I'm Aquaman, and most definitely. Like, that's how I feel. John Mulaney, I'm John Mulaney, and I can't believe I'm on top Stoop. This is amazing. I'm loving it. Like those, the ones that you wouldn't expect, I like doing because the shock of people's faces when they see this full Black American and they hear this Caucasian voice coming out of my mouth, it just messes them up. It's like Stewie from Family Guy. It's called incongruity. It's like when you take two things that don't mix and you put them together. He's a baby with an English accent. That's why it's so funny. It's like this freaking baby just said he was gonna end his mom's life.
Right.
The baby said that. You know, mother. You know what, Meg? You know what I do? I spit in your mouth when you sleep. Like stuff like that is yo. It's I like left stuff, like going left.
Right. For sure.
You know?
Okay, so Jay, congratulations on your brand new movie, of course, with Cat Williams. And you were just talking about, you know, just people that we love, and just now you get to work with someone that obviously is incredible. How was that? And also Keke Palmer in the movie, 2 Minutes of Fame.
First of all, let me say this. Cat Williams is one of the most humble, most nicest, one of the smartest people I've ever met. It was cool to me because I grew up as a young comedian watching Cat Williams on Comic View, watching him in Next Friday After Next, seeing him in First Sunday, just watching him on Wild 'N Out. So I was definitely familiar with his wit. What was so dope to me was just how, like I'm saying, how cool he was. Like he invited me into his trailer, you know, and I'm like, yo, it's Cat, yeah, I'm gonna go, cause he's one of my idols, whatever. And I went in there, and his kids were standing there, and he was like, he's like, my kids are fans of yours. Can they take a picture with you? I was like,
I made it. Right.
It was one of those moments when it was like, wow. It was cool that it was like a coming around moment at that very moment. And the first time I met Cat, man, like I said, I was on the set of 2 Minutes of Fame, and I walked up to him. I said, Mr. Williams, I don't know if you know who I am. You know what I mean, but I'm Jay Pharaoh. I'm a big fan of yours. He said, excuse me, boo-boo. I know exactly who you are, Jay Pharaoh. You my favorite. Now come over here. We gonna have a conversation in this trick this evening. We sat there. We talked about the film. We talked. Like I said, man, I love Cat. We had such good chemistry. Me and Keke had great chemistry. Like, she's my love interest. Keke Palmer is one of those stars that you have watched from a bud, and you've seen her grow into this bouquet of flowers, and she's still going strong and doing basically and essentially whatever she wants to do, but she's succeeding at it and exceeding everybody's expectations. That type of talent and that type of road that she's on, that's not ubiquitous. You feel me? Like she's got something that she's doing something that we saw Will Smith do. She's doing what we saw, like Selena Gomez, like all of those folks who you watched as a kid turn into stars. You can put Kenan Thompson into that. You can put all of these people that are still thriving and yet still getting more. To be able to be on screen with her, and then for her to do the job that she did, amazing actress. You know what I mean?
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Tell us the storyline of it.
So this character, DeAndre McDonald, which I play, he's one of those Instagram internet comedians that's just trying to put out material, trying to get more fans. Like, I got millions of people following me, it's all good. Like one of those dudes. He ends up making this video towards the antagonist, which is Cat Williams in the movie, and it goes viral. And it gets him seen by Kevin Hart, and Kevin flies me out to LA to be part of this LOL showcase, to be able to possibly go on a road with Kevin Hart with his LOL thing, and then eventually maybe work with Cat Williams or whatever. So you watch this. It's the story of this Instagram comedian who ends up going into the real comedy scene learning how to do stand-up comedy, and then finally at the end speaking his truth, and everything he's gone through, he's talking about it. It's a heartwarming film. It's nonstop laughs. It's really funny. We have such a good cast. We have Ron Rico Lee, Keke Palmer, Cat Williams, DC Young Fly, Dion Cole, Carlos Miller.
Oh, so much talent. Just hearing that now. And I love that you're
Sinbad.
getting
Sorry.
What? Sinbad, yes.
Yeah, he's in it.
I love the...
Uh-huh.
And you know what? I love the generation, all the different generations of comedy. I love that.
It's a come-up story of this young, hungry Instagram comedian who finally gets humbled by real comedy, has to find himself, ends up elevating and becoming what he should be.
I love that. We need a good come-up story. We really, really do.
Yes, we need a good come-up story. That's what it is. A good come-up story, and it's funny, and it's fun.
Everybody can watch it because you'll be able to stream it.
Yes, you can stream it.
I am so happy for you, Jay.
Thank you.
This is so big. What else are you working on?
I've got like 2 specials and a half worth of material. I want to put out 2 before the end of the year, but I don't know how it's going to work through touring.
Right.
I'm trying to Dave Chappelle that stuff, baby. Ow! I'm trying to Chappelle the situation. He comes out with mad specials. I can drop at least 2. He's got 17, son. Ow! Anyway.
Jay, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and making us laugh. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on all of your success. Well deserved. Thank you.
2 minutes of fame. Hey.
Now that was one of my favorite interviews. What did you think? Like, comment, and subscribe to the Stoop channel so that you never miss out on the latest celebrity interview.